Transforming your world, transforming your dreams, transforming your ideas to come true. God has given us wisdom to inspire our world, to make our generation, Nigeria, a better place. Thank God He's given.
Good day and welcome to another edition of Word for Youth, a program packaged to inspire, direct and encourage youth to greater heights. My name is Matthias Ayodeji Peter, and today's edition promised to be a wonderful, educative one, of which we'll be meeting a guest and discussing about campus life, student activities on campus. Don't go nowhere, we'll be right back after the short timeout.
Nigeria, a country blessed with a vibrant youth population, a grossly underutilized youth population. What are the challenges of youth development? What are the solutions? As a youth, what are your contributions to national development, ensuring you become one of tomorrow's leaders of a greater Nigeria? Answers to these questions and the X-ray of burning youth development issues are our focus on Word for Youth. Word for Youth. It is what it is.
Welcome back. As I've said before, the program today promised to be exciting, educational, and mind-blowing. We'll be discussing the student welfare, academic pursuits, and well-being in the school. Today we'll be discussing with the SU President of Federal University, Lokoja, in person of Mr. OLORUNMAGBA, KEHINDE. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. The thing is that schools nowadays, we discover that the SU President or SUG President, as it's being used in some school, are responsible for the welfare, well-being of the student. To that regards, how can you say, or what can you say is the status or the level of student activities in the campus?
All right, thank you very much. My name is Comrade OLORUNMAGBA KEHINDE, not Mr.
Okay.
And let me first of all start by commending the efforts of the school management, the Vice Chancellor of the Great Citadel of Learning, Professor Angela Freeman-Miri, for her good work over the students and also down to the staff. You see, the duty of a student union president is to lay impact on the life of the students and the school society at large, in which we have deemed it fit, that is the 2019-2020 executive have deemed it fit. One of the things that triggered me to contest for this position is to make sure that the welfareism of my students stand as my #1 priority. Okay. In which currently now in the school environment, we just resumed the new academic section, where we have the 100 level now doing their registration. And during the course of the registration, I try all my possible means just to make sure that none of them suffer any kind of stress, and just to make sure that the registration is being done appropriately. And any one of them that seems to be finding any problem, I take them down personally to anybody in charge at the academic desk, just to make sure that they are being attended to properly. That's about that, in which we have tried our best. And to the returning students, yes, they are familiar with the school environment already. I don't think presently now we have something very much important disturbing the welfareism of the student, except the security aspect of it, in which I've already discussed with the management under the school, chief security officer, and effort has been taken on that. Currently now, prior to this week now, we have several cases of armed robbery, student being robbed around the school environment, because you understand the school where the school environment is located at Dakolo, as you understand the geographical location. So prior to this week, we have a case of armed robbery where students have been disturbed of their property on their way back to school, and even inside their lodges. But presently now, I can say out of 100%, it has reduced to 60%, because effort has been taken on that by the school security and the appropriate body. But I still want to assure my students that there we are going to look inward inside, and we are going to look inward to make sure that the school is in a safer place for them to study. The school environment is a safer place for them to study.
Okay, thank you for such a wonderful answer to my question. The thing is that there have been rumors, not only about Federal University, Lokoja. In recent times, we've seen increase in the level of carryovers in universities across Nigeria, of which school is included. What will you say is the cause of this? Are we going to say the students aren't paying proper attention to their academics, or this has to do with the lecturers? What do you have to say concerning that?
One of the things that I would like to emphasize on the issue of carryover, let me first of all emphasize better more on my great citadel of learning here, that we have this cordial relationship between our lecturers, the students and the lecturers, in which they tend to serve not only as our lecturers, but as our teacher, our father, and our mentor. They tend to guide us down to the appropriate way, the primary assignment that brought us down here to this university. But on the issue of carryover in other school, well, carryover to me, to students, is not something that is directly from students. Yes, let me just say it's 50-50.
Okay.
That students need to pay proper attention also to the primary assignment that brought them down to the university. Because we understand, I'm the student union president, and I understand my student better, where we have the one that were coordinated, were serious about the academic primary assignment that brought them down here, and we also have some that are partially not doing well, in which they involve themselves in other activities. Though these other activities seems to be two-way. Some involve themselves in such a kind of activities that will be impactful to them, because you know all fingers are not equal. So some of my students here in Federal University Lokoja cater for themselves, they brought themselves down to school, and in which we have some of them that works around just to make sure, yes, they gain something just to take care of themselves and the primary assignment that brought down here. Those one I see them as reasonable someone, not only reasonable someone, because I just believe university, to my own simple definition of university, is a place you come to learn what you need to learn and the basic necessity of life. So those ones that they try to involve themselves in some kind of activity that are impactful, they are learning the basic necessity of life, in which I believe when they are going to graduate from this school, they will have something, a potential in them to unleash to the society there. But left to the other one that cause carryover themselves, I don't need to say something elaborate. I don't need to elaborate further on that, because I just believe everyone has his own reason of coming down to school. But my candid advice for them is to sit up and believe that they are now constructive students, 21st century students, in which those past activities that have been displayed by students in the past need now to be framed by them into a better way of what we call studentship. The remaining of students should be in their blood.
Okay, thank you. We talked about carryover. So there's this saying that all works and no play makes Jack a dull boy, and all play and no work makes Jack a poor boy. Coming down to the social life of the students in the school, how will you rate the social behavior of the students so far?
You like you said, all works and no play make Oluwatoles a dull boy. And believe me, in Federal University Lokoja here, my students have been trying their best to mix up the social activities with the academic activities, which seems to be the major priority that brought them down here. And I believe, though presently now, we don't board them as a union. We don't bother them with a lot of social programs that will make them to lose focus on the academic pursuit. We rather bring down to the table some kind of social activities that are reasonable, that are impactful to them, that we know, yes, they can also gain something meaningful. Presently, last Friday, we just concluded a fresher dinner for our students. Then it was not fresher dinner. It used to be fresher night, where you just come, show yourself that, yes, you are a fresher. But no, we deem it fit. We said, no, we want to turn the table around this time around. We tend to make it a fresher dinner. where we now need to orientate them with the union, now need to orientate them, and also award the past fresher students, if they are in their 200 level now, in their own academic pursuit, the way they have been trying to measure up their academic stand and social activities. We award the best students among them, and we also brought down the lecturer from the Department of History and International Study, in the person of Ibrahim Isaac Baba, to come and orientate them more on what you need to know as a student on campus.
Okay.
So we don't, and coming up very soon, we also have a skill acquisition and workshop program. I can tag that as social activities also, but those are meant to impact on the life of the student.
Okay, still talking about the social behaviors of the student. There was a time I was in a barber shop, and I went there for an haircut, and a boy was happy he got admitted into Federal University to study, and a student of this school was also there, and the student was like, "Why are you excited?" It was not like I was admitted into Federal University, and the student was like, "Oh, they didn't even admit you in a better school." And it was not like, why will you say your school is not a better school? So he made mention on some reasons. He gave me some reasons. It was like a school you go to and they'll be like, "Hey, why are you putting other trousers? Go back home." Then it was not like he used to term his school a semi-secondary school. I was like, no, that's another different, another level of terming a school. So here, let me hear from the 001 student of the school. What do you think, how do you think we can avoid that? Normally, dress sense is actually, dress codes and everything are enforced in schools. But you know, this youthful exuberance of students, you know, why other schools are doing this? Why will our own be like this? You know, this can actually lead them to some kind of vices. So I want to hear from you now. What could be done to balance this, to avoid this kind of statement out there?
You see, I want to say something very important that I want my students outside here to believe, that when you are done with your degree, you will not just only be awarded in learning, but in character. In the student handbook here we are making use in Federal University Lokoja, they are against indecent dressing. And this indecent dressing is not outside here to hurt you, but to prepare you for a future. For crying out loud, it is high time we students need to know the real meaning of student. And I want them to also believe that after here, there is a bigger life waiting for them outside there, and everything you just have to learn seems to terminate in university forward. And it does not mean, this does not mean you should be carried away by the social activities of the school in which you dress abnormally just to follow the trend of the society. No, we are students. Like 2 weeks now, I've been treating the issue of indecent dressing, whereas, yes, I must commend the effort of the security personnel of this school. Last 2 weeks, I work in hand with them because they called me as their student union president to please address my student on the kind of dressing they embark on. Like I used to tell some of my students, I say, yes, when I was in other level, I was a kind of nigger person. Yes, I roll with chain, everything, jewelries and all that. But I didn't come to realize that, no, it is high time I need to take what I need to take seriously, which seems to be my academic life. Last week, I was there outside the school gate, pleading on behalf of my students, just to allow some of them that are not well dressed to enter the school. Though the security did not want to pay a listening ear to me, but I promised the security personnel that I'm going to walk around and sensitize the students on the kind of dressing they need to put in. In other developed school we have outside there, the kind of dressing you see, like for instance, Foot Minor here, a close by neighboring university here, you are not even allowed to wear a short jean to school. But here, anything from evening 4 or 5, and when you are moving down to the sporting complex there, you're allowed to dress in any kind of dressing they'll tag that, okay, this is evening time, and they believe it is sporting activities. But in other schools, they don't take that. So my student telling other students that just gain admission that this is a semi-secondary school, it shouldn't be one of their priority of seeing Federal University Lokoja as not a constructive and developed school.
Yeah.
For crying out loud, the academic standard we have here, I can't deceive you. Other schools outside there can't compete with any of my students here. Yes, because I know we are well tutored and oriented. So on that now, I believe I still need to sensitize them on the issue of indecent dressing, because indecent dressing is not the school standing against indecent dressing is not outside there to haunt the student, but to instigate the spirit of well constructive learning and character that will be accepted by the society outside there.
All right. Thank you very much for your answer. All right, viewers, we've been with Comrade OLORUNMAGBA KEHINDE, the SU President of Federal University Lokoja. It has been an amazing time with him. We'll still come back and have some more chit-chat with him. We'll be right back after the short timeout. Don't go nowhere.
Nigeria, a country blessed with a vibrant youth population, a grossly underutilized youth population. What are the challenges of youth development? What are the solutions? As a youth, what are your contributions to national development, ensuring you become one of tomorrow's leaders of a greater Nigeria? Answers to these questions and the X-ray of burning youth development issues are our focus on Word for Youth. Word for Youth. It is what it is.
Welcome back. We're still with Comrade OLORUNMAGBA KEHINDE, the SU President of Federal University Lokoja. Comrade, sir, lastly, before we go, your final word for the show today and your words of advice for your students.
Okay, let me first of all advise them on the indecent dressing. My student outside, let me advise you on this, especially on the indecent dressing. The way we dress, we will be addressed. So it is high time we bring back the real meaning of studentship back on campus, and it's going to start with me and it's going to start with you. Finally, I wish you all success in your endeavor, and don't forget to channel any kind of issue bothering you as a student of Federal University Lokoja to the appropriate body, the umbrella of the student union. We are here to serve you. We are not here to rule you. God bless Nigeria. God bless Kogi State, God bless Federal University Lokoja, and God bless the Student Union, Federal University Lokoja. I still remain my humble self, Comrade OLORUNMAGBA KEHINDE, the Akirogun one of FA. That's tallest son of the village headmaster. Thank you.
Thank you. And that's all we have for you on the student welfareism with the SU President. Now we'll be going into the school to relate with some of the students, getting to know what they want, what they need, and how they've been carrying about their academic pursuits and lifestyle on campus. Don't go nowhere.
It hasn't been really easy. Lectures and all those stuff, 7 a.m. lectures. But we have to go to classes because that's the reason why we came to school. No, first of all, you should know what brought you to school. That's the main point. You should know what brought you to school. When you know what brought you to school, normally you have social life and you have academic life. You have to know when to put the academic life aside and put the social life aside. In. And when you put the social life in, you understand, just know how to substitute them. But the main life is the academic life. That's what brought you to school. Your parents brought you to school for that.
It's been quite good, exciting. Actually, we've been studying, we've been trying our best. I'm sure God has been backing us up. There have been some clashes. You know, we have about 41 departments now, and it wasn't like this before, actually. So there have been some clashes, but I'm sure if the other faculties move to the permanent site, everything will go well. FUL tried to set a standard in students. There have been no many vices per se, but we've been having some encounter with cultists outside the school, and they've been attacking some students, and we've been hearing some, but it's not actually prominent in the school. I've not seen any social vices in the school, but around the vicinity, we've been having some challenges. Yeah. Security-wise, actually, we need an improvement because yesterday, my friends lost some valuables. If there have been a lot of securities, I'm sure that wouldn't have happened. And if there have been like CCTV camera, I'm sure would have gotten those people who took that thing. So security-wise, there's a room for improvement. There's a room for improvement. There are a lot of things that they can do, like bringing up enough securities to, like, stay around in the vicinity, because there's a place called Suya Junction. Most times things happen there. If there could be security personnel that will stay around or undercover, something like that, it could help us cope these issues, because students are really suffering security wisely. We are suffering, so we need more security personnel to come around. They could not be in their uniform, or they could even be in the uniform, just stay around. It will help students and it will help safeguard our lives.
It's been so tight, like we attend lectures back to back, and it's been kind of affecting my registration, but I'm trying to fit in. I think they're only trying to help us, because right now I have a test tomorrow. So I think through those back-to-back classes, I'll be able to defeat whatever test that'll come my way. So I think they should just reduce our timetable a bit so that we can be done with our registrations and focus on the lectures. To me, I think FUL is just cool, and I think most of the students are well-mannered, actually, because I think no one wants to have any issue with FUL, whatever like that. So I think everybody has been cool so far, though. My advice so far, I think we should all just be obedient to whatever FUL wants, because FUL has their dress code or everything like that. Just adhere to the dress codes, and you'll be good in FUL. No issues, no problem with anybody or any authority like that.
Campus life of the school. Let me say it's growing. It's growing. It's slow and steady, but it's growing. It's a new school after all. You can't expect much from the school. But let me say there are expectations and are gradually moving there. So yeah, they're actually trying. But you can't blame it on the students. You understand? The social life of the students. There are people set in place to do all these kind of things. There are people in charge. We have the SU, we have the FOSA, we have the FASA. We have people whose works are to create this for the people. So let me say they are trying on their own end. It's really slow, but it's steady. It's really slow, but they are trying on their own end. So my advice to fellow students: number one, please stay off cults. Cult is not for you. It is not good. Do not join any cults. That is one. So try your best to know what you came to do in school. Your academics is prio. It is number one. So please take it very serious. And for the ladies, be safe.
Some SN is still below standard. Some cases we were treated like still secondary school students. Sometimes even among friends we describe the institution as a bit advanced secondary school, because the social life of the school is not still up to standard compared to other universities. In some cases, I've witnessed them screen hairstyle at the school gate, let's say last week or thereabout, which I don't think a federal university, not even a private university, should do such. So there are some kind of social life that we need to upgrade to. Though presently we are trying. But we still need improvement. I think they are still urging for more departments like theater arts. If that department is standard here, I think the issue of screening and some kind of activity that need to come up in the school. At least if there is theater art department in the school, like other universities, there will be more. It will be more social than this present condition. Okay. I think it will be nice if we have more departments in the school. It will enable a better social life here.
The campus life of the school is a little bit dull, it's a little bit fun and stressful. It's mixed. Well, the dull part is sometimes FES students are very, very serious, but too serious. Because you want like host an event and then some people like, we have an exam tomorrow. Or some be like, I don't know how to do this, I've never done this. They are not open to new ideas because the school is stressful. So they want to like, let me just do and pass, Well, the fun aspects, actually, the leaders, that is the DOS of each department, they try to make it fun. I will advise them, first of all, don't come and kill yourself. This school, we just came to learn and to pass. You must not be the first in everything. And if you are doing well, that's nice. If you want to slay, you slay, and you still do good in your grades.
We've heard from the students on how they've been about their academic pursuits in the school and their welfare, and also about their social lives on campus. With that, we wrap up today's edition of Word for Youth, a program brought and packaged by the Kogi Gogu production. You can also watch our live videos on Facebook and follow us on our social medias and as displayed on your TV screen. For advert and sponsorship, the numbers on your TV screens are the way to reach us. We'll be bringing more awesome editions and packages for you. We promise to give you the best in terms of youth and lifestyle. The name is still Matthias Ayodeji Peter. Goodbye. Stay blessed.
Hey, transforming your world, transforming your dreams, transforming your ideas to come true. God has given us wisdom to inspire our world, to make our generation, Nigeria, a better place.